As metal detectorists, we all begin our journey learning the art and skill of metal detecting with a lot of hard work, research, patience, and integrity. Tonight's guests check all the boxes when it comes to treasure hunting in Canada, with respect and integrity, leaving a legacy along the way. Here are but just a few of the number of their many finds over the last 10 years. Welcome to Digging with Deej and my treasure hunting live stream, available most Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Should you miss a live stream, never fear. They're always available for replay on my playlist on my YouTube page. Sometimes we discuss history, sometimes we do live digs, but tonight I have two special guests and dear friends of mine, Laurie and Eric of Relic Dirty Hands, who will join us. They are on YouTube and Facebook. So please grab your beverage of choice and sit back and enjoy the show that will begin in approximately 1 minute. Welcome to Digging with Deej, everybody. How's everybody doing? Let me quick look through in the chat. Let's see. Uncle Beep was first. I don't know why it's not showing his comment. Then Squirrels Magnet Fishing. Cynthia Swearingen, my moderator and a member. Let's see. Jim Cloak. Maria, Alice Wonderland. Lloyd, Moments of Lloyd is in my house. How are you, dude? Welcome back. Long time no see. I've been watching your videos, though. So, Mike Lackerment. God is great. Welcome, God is great. Scalawag Scuba, who I met at Detect Michigan event. Let's see. Bonnie Whispers from the Dirt. Let's see. Still scrolling. Amanda Digger DeGaz is in my house. Hi, Amanda. How are you doing? Thank you so much for coming. Size Detecting, who I've collaborated with a couple summers ago. Welcome back. Say hi to Ginger for me. Let's see. Mark the Berg Hunter in the house. Welcome back, Mark. Let's see. Dwight Pickens. Welcome, Dwight. Welcome to Digging with Deej. BC Trails. Is this Jason? It doesn't say BC Treasure Trails. All new sub from British Columbia here. Welcome. Thank you so much. Let's see. Mark Thomas. How do I become a member? I think you already know how to do that, Mark Thomas. Mark Thomas, also a member, longtime member and moderator. Thank you so much, Mark. Okay. Brian Kryshuk. Did I pronounce that right? All the way from Manitoba. Welcome. Let's see. Cynthia Swearingen has been a member almost as long as Mark Thomas has. Let's see if I missed anybody. Dragon Lady in my house. Welcome back. How are you doing, girl? I haven't talked to you in the last few days. What a beautiful day today, guys, hey? But tonight it's going to change here in Michigan. We're expecting some pretty nasty storms, possible tornadoes. So cross your fingers it's not as bad as they say it's going to be. So Jim Cloak did the same thing. Now watch. BC Treasure Trails is going to show up and we're going to have to keep you two straight. That's all right. That's quite all right. The more the merrier. So Mark the Berg Hunter. What did the horse say when it fell? Help, I've fallen and I can't giddy up. Looter 8, welcome back. Welcome back. Does it happen a lot? BC Trail says it happens a lot. So I'm trying to think. My world-class treasure hunters prayer list. Just keep the same people in our thoughts and prayers, you know. Susie Q96 did go and get checked out. You know, it wasn't a blood clot. She, you know, they couldn't find anything, to be honest with you, but they thought possibly some kind of infection, so they gave her an antibiotic, but we'll see. You know, that had to been so hard on her to move everything into the truck out of the apartment and then drive all the way up here with Randy and then move everything out. That had to be hard on her. So hopefully she starts feeling better soon. I haven't heard anything lately from Uncle Al, oldies and goodies, but no news is good news. So let's just keep these people in our prayers that they stay out of the hospital. I was informed that Autism Magnet Fishing Mary, her son is in the hospital. Something about a car accident or got hit by a car or something. So keep her and her family in your thoughts and prayers. JP Lawns and more. Mary is having some financial problems. I'll let her explain it to you. If you go to Autism Magnet Fishing Mary YouTube channel, go into her community page and she explains what's going on. But she is taking all the prizes that she's won from all the channels for the last few years and she's putting them in a drawing to try to raise money. So if you're able to help, go over there and check it out. At the very beginning of the chat, I I think I can put that in after the live stream's over. Or I can pin my comment or something. I'll try to put it in there as well. I'm waiting for JP to post something on his community page or schedule the live stream so that I can share it. Dragon Lady says, I'm back. Month of March is filling up fast with doctor appointments. I hear you, girl. I hear you. So, I did not get out detecting today as much as I wanted to. Got my taxes done. They're finished. Scheduled my car to get the windshield replaced because my windshield cracked one of these frozen mornings and I was thawing it out with a defroster and it cracked all the way across. So the last couple of days I've been talking with the insurance company and finally the windshield place called and made an appointment with me. So Cynthia has a new grandson. Yeah. And he's staying with her tonight, little Theo. There's Jean. Hi, Jean. Welcome back. Jean, I watched Jean's premiere last night. I couldn't watch all of them. Too much running around. My grandson helped me set up a Teespring store. It's not live yet, but it will be to try to help with the costs of traveling and the YouTube channel and all that, because after getting my taxes done, it didn't pay for itself this year. So, but everything is, I think I only marked things up $1.50, over there, so it's not what they suggested the price should be, to try to help, with shipping costs. Gary's magnet fishing, or Gary's metal detecting, not magnet fishing. Gary's metal detecting helped me out with a super chat last live stream for $20, and that helped a lot with all that postage. So, Tin Man magnet fishing in the house. Welcome back, William. Let's see. Practical Ken in my house. He had a premiere last night too, with some cool finds. See if I've missed anybody else. So our guests are supposed to show up about 6 o'clock. And I think you're really going to enjoy this live stream tonight and that. Being a YouTube creator can be very trying. It takes a long time to grow organically, and and a lot of patience. We don't always dig good stuff every time, but I find the more I research and pick and choose my properties I want to door knock, the more treasure I find. And Eric and Laurie have done amazing on their research and learning their detectors and finding some amazing things in Canada. And we're going to talk about their journey, their YouTube journey, metal detecting journey from beginning to the future. And they got an announcement. We got an announcement about Relic Dirty Hands tonight. So stay tuned. Anyhow, because I double checked. I didn't text Audra, but I went and I didn't see that she had a live stream tonight. So I don't know how long this is going to go. I don't know if we're going to take a 5-minute intermission at any point. I may just get up and stretch every once in a while because I can only sit for so long. Oh, thank you, Practical Ken. Practical Ken just gifted some memberships. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ken knows all about research. He researches a lot, just like me, in finding his sites. I just wish I would get an invite one of these days to come and detect with you, dude. I'm not that far away. What, 2.5 hours? I even have a place I can stay. My cousin's over there. So, thank you so much. I'm not sure who received those. I'm not sure who received those. So, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe it'll tell me after the stream. And that. Anyhow, because they're starting at 6, I'm going to do my giveaway tonight. Now, can you let me take down the current comment. Okay, I'm going to get up. See this? Look at all them shirts. Shirts, Technetics hats, a Technetics bag. I think that was all the clothing part of it. I've got stickers to go with it. Hi, Bill. Papa Rose, what's in the dirt? He's on at 9 o'clock tonight. Thank you for coming. Okay, take that down. Rob, FL Thunder. Thank you, Rob, for stopping in. I appreciate it. Are you guys going to trivia tonight? I think Tuesday night is Rob and Denise's trivia night. Hi, Williamie. Whoops. There we go. Welcome back. There's Audra. Audra, are you streaming tonight? There's Wild Pinto. Let's see. There's Treasure Charger. Welcome back. I watched his premiere last night. I watched Rob FL Thunder's premiere last night. I'm looking for Audra's answer. Nope. Okay. I just wondering how long I had to interview Laurie and Eric tonight. So let's see. We're going to do a drawing for your choice of shirts. Okay. I will mail these anywhere. Okay. Let's see. Share screen. Giveaway tool. Share. Okay, you need to type in the word gold, G-O-L-D, in capital letters. If you want a chance to win a Technetics, Fisher, or Bounty Hunter shirt, you get to choose which one. Okay? Let me look at this screen. So put in the chat the word gold, G-O-L-D. Yep, just like that, Dragon Lady. Put the word gold in the chat for a chance to win some swag from First Texas Products. They were so gracious to send me these. I think I got them about 3 weeks ago. And I knew they were sending me a detector, the bounty hunter to try. And then in the bottom of this giant box was all these shirts. It's like, holy smokes. Johnson Family Adventures, Pick and Bean, welcome. Welcome back. Okay, so let's get ready and draw, okay? Let's see, how many? Collecting comments. We got 13 entries. How many do we have in the house? And our guest is in the back room right now. I see them. And we will get to them after I get this drawing done. Okay, we have how many guests? We have 30 in the house. Type the word gold in capital letters, folks. Type the word gold for a chance to win a First Texas shirt. Okay. 15 entries. 15 out of 30. Whoa. I mean, I understand why Audra's not, because Audra's got shirts too for her live stream giveaways. 16. Okay, you got 5 seconds. 17, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. Wild Pinto! Woo! Congratulations! Congratulations, dude! Okay, let's see. I got to go back to this. Congratulations. I have your address. I just need to know which shirt you want and what size. And I'm watching the chat. Do you want Bounty Hunter, Technetics, or Fisher? And then what size shirt? Nope, my chat just stopped. What's going on here? Where are you, Wild Pinto? I thought I just saw him in the chat. You gotta be present to win. Come on, Wild Pinto. Where are you? Oh, there he is. Large. He wants a Technetic shirt. I know I have that. Okay, dude. Technetic shirt coming your way. So, without further ado, let me hide this comment. If I've missed you in the chat, hi, David Vila. Treasure Charger. It's not intentional. There's only one of me. I don't have a co-host tonight, so bear with me, folks. And without further ado, our guests. Hi.
There we go.
How are you doing?
Hey, Deej, we're good.
You're good?
Yeah,
Good. What a gorgeous day.
it is. Felt like spring.
It's like, yeah, but now we got bad storms coming tonight, so.
Oh, do you?
So, well, thank you so much.
We have some rain, but a little bit of rain.
Yeah, rain
Up
is in the
until us,
forecast here.
tornadoes tonight. It's like
Oh.
65 degrees here.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
and then I think tomorrow night it's supposed to go down to 29 once the front comes through. Practical
Wow.
Ken. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. He bought memberships. He gave away memberships to my channel. Now he just sent $25. Thank
Oh,
you
that's
so
nice.
much, Ken.
Right on, Ken.
Wow, thank you. So, I wanted to discuss your treasure hunting journey from beginning to end.
Wow.
Because so many of us treasure hunters that have taken the journey on YouTube, it can be very frustrating. It can be very frustrating just learning to metal detect in itself, or
Exactly.
learning a new machine or whatever, you know. And you two are proof that it can be done.
Yes. Absolutely.
I mean,
With some hard work.
very
hard work,
successfully
patience.
done. I mean, so we're going to start at the beginning. What made you think you wanted to start up metal detecting?
Well, you could say I grew up as a treasure hunter with my dad. He was always telling me that there's stuff to find every time there was a snow melt. And one day I actually saw a metal detector in his basement. And I tried to use it. There was no internet, no manuals, nothing at the time. I couldn't get the thing to work. So I kind of just put it back and forgot about it for many years. And then Eric was working with somebody.
Yeah.
And he came home and he was like, hey, this guy was showing me all the stuff he finds, metal detecting. And that kind of re-stirred my interest again. And this was probably over 15 years ago.
Yeah. The next day, Laurie woke me up with a coffee and an ad on Kijiji, a used place, and said, hey, there's a detector for sale. Let's buy this.
Right.
All right.
This is what I love about him. We've been together for over 20 years, 22 years now. And no matter how crazy of an idea I'll get, he's right there with me. And he'll be like, all right, you know.
Yeah.
Try anything once.
He'll try anything once. Yeah. So we actually went out. We went out to the beach and I was super excited. Every signal that I got was saying it was supposed to be gold. And you know, you dig it up and you find a bottle cap, you find a piece of foil, and stuff like that. And he thought I was absolutely crazy, and
I didn't get it.
He didn't understand it.
Why are we here digging garbage in the cold? And a bottle cap and pull tab and foil, and we're cleaning the beach. And
it's the
I'll go wait in the car. Wow.
Right. Yeah. So I continued from then with my niece, and one day I had found a large cent. And I had called him at work saying, I have no idea. It's this big coin. I didn't even know it was a coin. I just said it was this big thing and it says Canada on it. And he passed the phone over to the guy he was working with. And I described it to him and he was like, congratulations, you found your first large cent. Well, there goes a solo hobby for me. That moment turned into a fight on who was going to get the metal detector. It sparked his
interest. What in the world? Okay, keep going. I lost you for a second.
Oh
no!
So all of a sudden, it sparked his interest when I found the large cent, and for 7 years we shared our detector.
Yeah, I had an interest in coins. I had a little coin collection when I was younger. Not a big coin collection. I mean, only about 25 coins or so. But I had this little coin collection, and I was fascinated by old coins and antiques and old stuff, and I've always been fascinated by that stuff, and I've never thought about metal detecting as, you know, an avenue to acquire that stuff, you know.
Well,
then when she found that large cent
without a detector before in your profession.
No, you never saw a metal detector before that. Ever?
No.
But you found something at work doing your job without a metal detector.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I
think I've got a picture of it. Let me see if I can present this.
Oh, do you?
Cool. I haven't seen it in a while.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's what I love. Sometimes he digs around foundations, so he finds like a lot of old bottles. During his renovations, he's found stuff in all sorts of places.
Okay, let me back up
and
find
ring.
The right
That's
one.
your very first gold ring.
I know. I got a bunch of pictures here. I'm gonna go through.
That one I found with a detector.
Like, where did you get that?
No, I'm intrigued. Deej, I'm intrigued now. What is it?
Okay, hold on a second. Let me find it. It says marble.
Okay. I found many things that aren't metal or without a metal detector on my job sites. Working on Century Homes a lot. So
there they are. I think this is the one. Okay, and we're gonna click on it. Do a full screen. Oh, come on. There we go. There's the screen. Isn't that the marble you found in the house renovation?
Don't see it yet.
It's not up for me yet.
It's not up for us.
Oh, you're kidding.
We actually see your email, I think, or files. I think that is.
Why is it not going there? That's weird. Share this. That makes me mad.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's the slit.
It's really small.
The swirl.
The swirl.
The swirl. It's a German. It's like a. Darn! I wanted these pictures to be big. What can I do to make them bigger?
Yeah.
Darn.
Can you maybe double click on the photo? I don't know if that'll do anything.
Try that. That's what I did.
Oh,
there we go. Now?
Yeah, there we go. We can kind of see that swirl in there.
It's like a spirograph almost, but with color.
It does.
Do you remember what that marble dates?
It's early. It's very old. It was hand blown, and you have the like the
on it.
Well, there's bubbles in it.
Oh, and is it called the ponytail or the something tail or something? The place where
but it's made. It's a German marble.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yep.
That was really cool.
And you found that without a metal detector, so.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
It's called a pontool, I think. It's where
yes,
the glass is sticking out, and then they grind it down so you could see the spot on the marbles.
That was beautiful.
Right.
You found those under a staircase when they were tearing down and doing renovations in a kitchen. They had like a second staircase that came down into the kitchen, and when you were demolishing that underneath, that's where he found that.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
It just rolled out on the.
I get
this release belly button. I don't know what that means. Okay, so how long were you detecting before you decided to start your YouTube channel?
3 years, I think.
4 years.
About 3 years, 3-4 years.
Oh, wow.
I never had the intention to start a YouTube channel. I mean, that was never something we even discussed or even thought of. It was really a friend of ours that was like impressed with the stuff we were finding. And he was like, you guys got to get this on YouTube. You got to do this. Yeah. And he really had to twist our arm, like literally twist our arm. And the very first video I got him to do, I was like, you do it, you know.
The first few years we only posted on a forum, a metal detecting forum. Right. That's it. And we had quite a few friends that actually we still are in contact with today on social media that are from back then, from like 14 years ago or so, from that forum. But it took about 3-4 years before we got on YouTube.
So
when you started your YouTube channel, you were at a site, I think it was the picnic site, the Victorian picnic grounds.
It was.
That's why we started the channel.
How did you find those? Did you research to find them, or was it by accident?
It took us 2 years of doing the process of elimination to find that spot. Like, it wasn't easy. We had read some old stories, local stories that we found in little booklets that they had.
The Historical Society around here puts out a book every year.
And it talked
since
about
the 70s or so.
Yeah, it talked about a little girl's journey to the cottage. And she talked on how, the path that they took, and they would pass, this person's farm and that, and to reach the picnic grove. So we basically took us 2 years of doing the process of elimination to find this, because we're looking at a huge area. We're talking about a hectare of land.
We discovered other good spots along the way.
We did.
Looking for this
area. We found a cellar hole. We found a church
other
site.
Cool spots we picked out, 15, 20 coins, 30 coins out of these little areas in the forest.
But it took us
that one you got more than 15 or 20 coins out of. I mean, you
over 300
videos there.
Over 250 for sure, but we haven't
over
counted.
250 coins. Hi, Ronnie Adventures. Can you imagine 250 coins?
All Victorian
mostly
coins.
Victorian. There was some early 1900 coins.
I would say the ratio was 50% silver and 50% copper.
Definitely. That was crazy.
That was crazy. As we were because we were keeping track for the longest time, and we were kind of like, wow, look at this. It's actually 50% ratio that we had found. And we're talking about all sorts of Victorian jewelry. We found some really unique items.
There was
is that where you found your first gold ring?
It is, yes.
Okay, so let me bring that. I think I have the picture of it. Let me make sure. Is it with the emerald?
I totally shut the camera on him. You could tell me. I think that's one of our very first videos.
I know. I remember that
video. If you scroll down all of our, whatever it is, 350 videos on YouTube, and you go to the very first one, that's the special one.
I was just so excited that he found a gold ring. I just wanted to see it, and I couldn't grab it from him while I was recording. So it's like a gold ring, and it stops right there, and it's like,
she shut the camera off. She was too excited.
I was too excited.
We kind of forgot we were recording our video.
And it's really sad what happened to this ring. I'm so sad what happened to this ring.
There's a story to that.
There's a bit of a story to this ring. It's actually my birthstone. My birthday is in May, and this is my birthstone.
There it is.
And I thought it was absolutely gorgeous, and it's a Victorian ring. So I decided that I would wear it. Well, it broke. It shattered in 3 pieces on my finger.
Oh my
when I
gosh.
Yeah, so it literally broke into 3 pieces, and I never saw that. I just, I was doing some
I bet
laundry.
you cried when that happened.
I was disappointed.
I cried.
He cried, and that's why he won't let me wear the other ring that he found, which
Yeah.
we'll get to. We'll probably get to that story later.
It's
But
like my first gold ring,
his very it's shattered.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know how it happened. I think it just didn't want to be on my finger and went.
Wow.
It was weird.
It was really
It exploded off her finger.
Weird. I never heard of anything like that happening before. But
now,
is something to it.
The Victorian picnic grounds? Was that where you found that very unique item that got returned eventually?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay, I got a picture of that too.
The same season.
And then I'm going to let you tell the story on it, okay?
Yeah,
let's see.
That was an incredible piece. We had found that at the Victorian Picnic Ground, Victorian Picnic Grove, and we were super excited because it had a name on it. It had somebody's name, it had a date. There was other writing, and we figured out that was the name of a school. But this school was out in Prince Edward Island. Now that's really far from us, and we were just trying to figure out more information on this. And I had contacted the school or a museum or something, and they let me know that all the records from the school burned. So unfortunately, I got to a dead end. 10 years later, I decided to post it up on Facebook, kind of letting everybody know that I'm kind of at a dead end. Somebody suggested to go to PI, to their group. Maybe somebody there could help me. They referred me to another museum that's, I guess, was beside the school again. And I contacted them, sent them the information, and they actually found documentation of Mrs. A.A. Hughes in 1880.
Yeah, the congregation.
So the congregation, we end up going to the congregation.
They referred us to the congregation in Montreal, which is kind of the headquarters
for the schools back then.
And tentatively, they'd have, their school records with the name Hughes from that year. And they did. They had the school record with her name, her full name, her sister's name, Loretta, and her full father's name. On the receipt that he had paid for some school supplies or tuitions or something.
So that's all we needed.
And they also found, not only that, but they also found records of that specific day. So on the other side of the badge, it's of the medal, it says 30th of June, 1880, Congrès, ND, Notre Dame. So on that day, they had an event, and they talk about those medals. There was one that was gold, one that was silver.
Yeah.
And from there, we knew that most likely we'd be able to do some, genealogy and census and look at records and stuff to find the next of kin.
It was really hard because I got them on the census in Prince Edward Island, and then they disappeared. So I had nothing in Prince Edward Island. And then I found finally I found them on another census that showed them actually in Ottawa, which is just the town over to us. So then I had to follow all the census records until 100 years later, because we don't have any anymore after we don't have access once they're 100, only to documents that are 100 years. Then I decided to go online and start looking at the obituaries. So I found the last next of kin's obituary. In there, I saw his children's names. I grabbed those children's names and I tried to do some research. Another one had passed away. And then anyways, I ended up finding their great-great-grandchild on Facebook and sent them this crazy message saying, I got something for you. And so it was a really long journey. It took us over 10 years. Really to get to the bottom of this medal, but it finally got returned to their great-great-great-grandson, and they're just so thrilled, absolutely thrilled to have this.
I've got that picture too.
Yeah. Oh, you do?
I think I got that picture too. I tried saving a whole bunch of pictures here.
We followed the paternal line, the firstborn son type of deal. Because we had to, there was so many, great-great-grandchildren or great-great-great-grandchildren. So we followed sort of the paternal line, firstborn, oldest, down the road. And so happens that
All right.
His son named his grandson now, his child, he named him after Otto, which was the son
Of AA
of
Hughes.
AA Hughes on that medal. So that was
Wow.
Yeah. So
yeah.
That's
So
cool.
it's really cool.
It's really, really neat. Yeah.
And they had kind of forgotten about their Maritimes history. Like they
Right.
didn't know, they remembered there was some history in the family from the Maritimes, but it was very vague. And we were able to present all this information and
Yeah.
basically teach them about their own family history.
Right. Because they weren't really sure who it was that came down from Prince Edward Island. And with this medal and everything, we were able to tell them who it was. Yeah. We knew more about their family than I think they knew about their family.
Oh, wow.
It got to that point where
sometimes, I feel that's kind of our legacy.
Right.
As treasure hunters is to remind people the value of their own history, of their own family history, ancestry, all of that. It's just, we're seeing so much more buildings, old historical buildings being torn down for a parking lot.
That breaks my heart.
Yeah.
That breaks my heart.
So what I want to do is I've got a bunch of pictures and you can tell me the story behind them, okay?
All right.
That sound okay? I figured that'd be a perfect way because everybody loves hearing the experience of finding something. Okay?
Okay.
So let me X out of this one and X out of that.
Which one is it going to be?
They were so thrilled to get that medal, though.
They were.
Can you imagine getting a medal?
This picture here, I'm not sure what this is.
Oh, yes. Oh, la la.
Yeah.
Oh, la la.
What are those little tassel things?
I'm going to wear those one day.
No.
Oh, yes. I'm going to wear them, but he thinks I'm going to break them. They're about 200 years old, would you say?
Over 200.
Over 200?
Yeah.
300?
Wow. Maybe? At least 250.
Okay, we'll say 250-year-old. Those little round things, that's what I want to wear, is the ones on the bottom. Those are ear bobs. So they would have gone on the ears, or ornate decoration. So they're actually fur trade. That's fur trade silver. Silver that they were trading with the indigenous population here for beaver and fur. So there's a brooch, there's 6 earbobs, I think, and 2 rings. Those were actually, you found them all together. You can, I talk too much. I'll let you go.
No, you're on a roll.
I'm on a roll. That's what happens. I'll just go, and I won't stop.
So, we just got this permission to an amazing site, and I happen to be close by, and I stop in, and I put my coil down, I start swinging, and one of the first signals I get there is this spill that you're seeing right there. They were all in the same hole.
Yeah.
When I popped the plug, the ring brooch, so the circular ring brooch with the pin in the middle, that was sitting right in the bottom of the plug.
Wow.
And I pulled that out. I was just amazed. It was the first time I'd find a ring brooch.
Wow.
And I put the pinpointer in the hole, and there was more. So I could hear it going off. So I pried it out, and there was all these
trade still.
Yeah, exactly. So there was all these little bobs, and then two rings as well. One is a Clada ring with the 2 hands, and the other one's just a silver band. But that was just an amazing find. I'm guessing it was probably in a leather pouch or little bag or something that deteriorated. But it was very popular back in the day. The fur trademen, the coureurs des bois, they would carry trade silver on them to trade when they encountered natives along the travels. And they traded often for food, actually, for pemmican, which was a great source of protein for them. And it was a change of pace from eating, pork, salted pork and beans and
pemmican doesn't
that
sound
kind
good.
Of stuff.
It sounds terrible.
And bannock and stuff like that. So they would trade for different foods and items if they need, or guidance. Sometimes they needed a guide or something. They would hire a native guide and pay him with trade silver.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
let's look at another one.
That one was really cool. I remember him calling me. He called me on that one. And we just got the permission. So he's like, it's okay. I'm coming home. I'm stopping now. I'm coming home. Oh, wow.
Now
That
on
was
the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah. That was really cool.
How in the world did you find that?
Well, I was bottle digging, and I can't just put the shovel in the ground and just and shovel like these guys do.
Ground with a little hand
when you're bottle digging, you have to be gentle.
Yep.
So I'm up on the hill taking my sweet little time, which will probably take me like an entire day to do this tiny little section. And I'm going there with my little, almost like a trawl, and so this doll eye pops out. That's around the time. I'm not sure if this is the one that I found or the one that Andre found.
Our friend Andre's found one or two. You found one.
Yeah, I found one and Andre found one. Yeah. I can't really tell if that's the one I found or the one Andre found. But yeah, literally, it was just staring right at us, and I was like, "Oh, it's so creepy." Yeah. You just see like
so delicate. They're made out of glass. They're made out of
glass, like blown glass.
Right.
Super delicate, like the thinnest glass. I can't even believe that would have survived in a dump.
On the back of it, there's like a little lip and a hole, and it's hollow. Yeah. And it's very thin glass.
It's a beautiful glass eye.
Wow.
They had so much detail in the stuff they had back then. It's just beautiful.
It does. Look at that.
Yeah. So it pays to take your time when you're bottle digging, I say.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Especially if you don't want to correct your bottles.
Yeah, I don't know how many. You don't like hearing that. That was fun. This is fun, Deej. Thanks.
Oh,
this is cool.
I love
my own photos.
I feel like I'm on a game show.
I know. Oh wow, yeah, I remember him.
Did you find?
Yes, I found him at a cellar, and I worked hard to try to find the other pieces. I wanted to find the whole horseman. It looks like a soldier on a horse. Unfortunately, I haven't found any of the other pieces to that. But he was right in the middle of the trail, right beside like the cellar. And it's a place we've been so many times. So a lot of newbies that are out there, and if they're listening, it doesn't matter how many times you go back to a place, you could still find stuff. Like at this location, how many times would you say we've gone there? Like, gosh, 20 times.
Oh yeah.
And that's a big enough piece, but you just got to get your coil over it sometimes. And so yeah, my little horseman.
He's cool.
He is cool.
Still has the red paint on.
He does. He had the red paint.
Look at the tall hat. Looks like a British
a British
the red uniform with the tall
yeah.
It definitely looks British to me.
I was just so sad.
British to me.
So sad he's broken. I wish.
Yeah.
You don't find we don't find a lot of like the lead cast toys that are intact, but they do come around sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next? Let's see.
Lead toys. We've come a long way. Thank goodness.
I know.
Okay, this is. I'm not sure if this is yours, Laurie, or Eric's coin.
Oh, which one is that? Oh, is that the Vermont? That's my Vermont. Is that my Vermont?
That's your Vermont copper?
Yeah, that's mine.
That's
that one's mine. Yeah, the Vermont.
And then
that was pretty exciting. I was so excited about that because I know a lot of my American friends were all like, you don't know how much we want to find those here.
Oh yeah, there's the other side of it.
Just beautiful. Yeah, I was really proud of that one.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Stunning condition.
Pretty much yours now.
Well, where did you find that?
Was that on the Vermont? Oh gosh, was that on the St. Lawrence?
Shores of the St. Lawrence.
Probably the shores of St. Lawrence. I definitely know we were with Matt.
Right.
And usually when we're with Matt, for some reason, I just pull out a crazy coin. It's not the first time that I found quite an awesome coin with him. But I believe it was along the St. Lawrence, where there used to be villages. So there was a lot of people that used to live there before it got flooded by the hydro dams. So hydro dams, right? electro dams or electricity dams. I heard that hydro in the US, a lot of people, they don't call them hydro.
Right.
So when we say hydro, they're like, what?
Okay.
That's why.
Good to know.
Yeah. I was corrected not that long ago. That's why when I wrote my book.
Okay. I just realized I forgot a picture, but I just sent it to myself. So it should pop up here in just a moment.
I think I know which one. They haven't talked about it yet.
Yeah, we haven't talked about.
Amazing. Beautiful.
Go to the top. I got lots of pictures. Okay. Did it send it?
We put our red shirts on, Deej, so we look Canadian, eh?
Canadian, eh?
Yes.
It sure is. The Canadiana.
Okay. It hasn't come up yet, but it will. Okay. Let's check this one. This is a beautiful piece.
Isn't it?
I'm not sure who found that. And so can you tell us what this is?
That is gorgeous.
Yes, it's a military badge of some type, actually.
Can you read it still?
Yeah. Anagwe Min or something like that.
Right.
It's written in Algonquin.
Okay.
And it's from the 1860s, 1870s era or so.
Wow.
And
it's military.
It's military from the native Algonquin regiment. And it means we go in front.
Yeah, we go in front. So
that's what it means in Algonquin.
Yeah, that was an incredible,
beautiful piece. That is stunning.
Yeah,
it's a birch bark canoe with the wolf head on top. It's really cool.
Yeah,
we found that at a cellar hole as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was at a cellar. It was an odd cellar. Again, the seller would only give us a few pieces when we'd go, like one good find every time we went.
Yeah, that seller was like that.
It was like that. Some places you go and they give, but this one was one at a time. But the stuff we got was pretty sweet.
Yeah, for sure. That's stunning.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure, I'm opening up the right ones.
This is crazy. This is going down memory lane.
Yeah.
Really does. Going down memory lane.
It's really cool.
It's really neat.
What exactly is this? What is that?
Excuse me.
Let's see. Don't see a picture yet.
Oh, it didn't come up yet?
No.
Okay, come on, share thing. Let me try it again. Let me exit out of it.
That's the arcade.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Oh, is that the strike?
Yeah.
Oh, the striker.
A Strike-A-Lite.
That was your first Strike-A-Lite. We found that at our cottage.
Yeah.
That was really, really cool.
That was such a cool adventure.
Oh, it's called a Strike-A-Lite.
Strike-A-Lite.
So it's to start a fire.
Just a fire starter.
You strike your flint. You hold it in between your knuckles and you.
So I believe.
Strike-A-Lite.
If I remember correctly, I believe that one is from French. I think that one's a French trade item.
Yeah,
I believe it was from the French because of the shape.
Yeah,
at the top
late 1700s.
Late 1700s.
Maybe early 18, but probably most likely late 17.
Yeah, that was really fluke chance.
That was
my dad decided, he's like, oh, I got this feeling about this area. Come for a walk with me.
We're at the family cottage.
We're at the family cottage, and we're like, okay, why not? We'll go for a walk. We'll go on a little adventure with my dad. And he's like, yeah, I could feel something like around here, And we're like, okay, Dad, and we just start searching, and then all of a sudden we come upon that.
That's when we only had one detector.
Only one detector.
I was swinging kind of aimlessly in the back of everyone with the detector, picked up a few bullet casings, and at one point I found a square nail.
Dun, dun, dun. A square nail. That was telling us.
Square nail.
Square nail at this end of the lake. Why? Why is it here? And then there was more, right?
Yeah.
And then we found a couple of flat buttons, a striker.
I found a really cool pipe, this clay pipe that had a face on it.
Yeah, an effigy, the turban effigy pipe.
Right. Yeah. It was really, really cool. And it was like one of those metal iron buttons and that I had in my hole. I didn't hear the clay pipe. But when I lifted my hand over and I just turned it over, I could see the face looking at me, and it was just like, oh, what is that? Yeah. That was really cool.
The bowl is intact, and you
full intact bowl.
Yeah, a couple of inches of the stem.
Just a little stem.
Yeah.
But that was, it was really a fluke place to go. And it was just because my dad said, hey, let's go this way. Yeah. And we went that way, and that's what we found.
It was waiting for you to dig it up.
Yeah.
It was.
We found like evidence of a small campsite of some type, like a very small bush camp by a lake, probably in the late 1700s, portaging from the main river.
Right.
Really cool little spot.
Right.
I was just
go out of this and then go back in and see if it's going to let me do it. Come on.
Every time you move, I think the whole thing moves.
I don't think so.
Let's see. Trying to get that one picture up, and it's not. I'll try sending it again. Why is it not popping up? Okay.
The boxing gloves? Just go fix them. Better hurry up, because we're going to start arguing with each other.
Oh, no. Don't do that. Yeah, just send it to myself again. All right, email. There it is.
There we go.
Okay, are you guys ready for this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell the story, and all these stories are available on their channel, so be sure to check out their channel, everybody, okay? There's Stan.
Oh, that's Stan.
Stan.
I'll always remember that man.
And I'll always cry.
I cried when I watched this video. I cried.
Every time I see this, I cry. It's now you're gonna make me cry again.
Yeah, we started.
Were you in British Columbia when you did this?
Yeah, we're visiting friends in BC, in British Columbia.
The thing is, what you see there, that bracelet, was actually given to him from his son, who had passed away. And he had actually buried it because he didn't really trust the people that were over at his place. So he buried it one night. And for 25 years, he looked for it. And even during that time, his son passed away.
Well, his son gave it to him as a gift.
And it is a gold nugget bracelet.
Right,
So you got to think this bracelet is over. It's like 4.5 ounces of gold.
4.6 ounces of gold, I believe.
Ounces of gold.
Of ounces, yeah. And
so how did you hear? How did your group get asked to go there?
Well, his daughter-in-law had heard about Michael, the person who was hosting us there. I think she saw him once on a beach. There was something.
They've met before.
They had met before. She knew he. That's right. Yeah. So she had called him up because she was talking to Stan, and I guess the story of his gold bracelet had come up. And she said, how about somebody with a metal detector? And he goes, well, I don't know, maybe, and she said, well, I'll give Michael a call and we'll see if he could come down.
Yeah.
Well, Michael knew that we were going to be a group coming down, and he says, no better time than when we're a group of detectorists to go and search, because he has no idea. He can't remember for the life of him where he buried this bracelet. And this, we're talking about British Columbia, and we're talking out in the mountains. I mean, everybody's property are huge.
Honestly,
acreage.
we were like, even about 50-50 that the gold bracelet would even still be there.
We thought,
we were going there, but we weren't, expecting much really out of it. Really.
Sure, if he was, what was he thinking, first of all?
Right.
Well, so we were
buried their valuables. They didn't trust banks.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, we didn't know how big the search area was.
We had no idea.
Had no idea. We were a group. We were what, 6?
5 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5.
I think we were 5. Yeah, we were 5 of us. So he led us out to the back. We had met him, and he led us out to the back. He said, yeah, I think it's somewhere around here. And he just kind of points up at the hill.
Right where it was.
And that ended up being where it was.
Right where it was. And it was actually tucked behind, there was a tree that they had cut down. After he buried it, there was even a tree they cut down. And it was just behind that tree. There was like a little nook in the rock, and he kind of like buried it there and just covered it up, and it wasn't even that deep, really.
No.
And Marty, I think it was about 5 minutes into the search, and we all take off, and then Marty's like, oh, I think I got it. And we're all like taking it from each other's hands. And we all took a moment. We all swung our coil over it to listen to it. We had to take a moment. And before we made the walk back, because he's an older gentleman, and I'm going to go rest at home. I'm going to be back at our place. And he was not, I don't think he was expecting it. I think we were there 5 minutes and we were walking back down the road.
We were literally, he had time to walk back to his house after showing us where it was, and we had found it.
Right.
And he had been back like hundreds. He said 200-300 times he went back looking for it over 25 years.
So much him.
And, like, it's an amazing power we have with our metal detector. It's like having a superpower.
It is like having a superpower. We
walked in there in 5 minutes. We had his bracelet. We were walking back to the house with it.
His reaction was priceless, just priceless.
Oh, it was. He said, "No shit."
Oh shit!
I don't know how many times, and then I can hear Laurie's voice starting to crack, and I'm going, "Don't start crying, or you're going to make me cry." She starts crying. I'm crying.
It's hard. It's just, I just know how much this meant to him.
Oh,
and,
it did.
To be able to do something like that. It was really awesome.
He had doubts that somebody had followed him that night, maybe.
Yes.
And saw him hide the bracelet. I don't know if Laurie mentioned at the beginning,
I
more specific the story, but this one evening he had a bunch of people over, like a little party, and he had people at the house he didn't trust, so he took off, probably had a few beers, took off in the dark with the bracelet and decided he was going to go and bury it and hide it, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we've done a lot of returns over the years since then, but I think this will be.
How many returns do you think you've done?
We have over 30. You were saying 30, over 30.
Well, with the ring finders, we've got about 30. We have, I think, 27 online showing, and we have more, and we've got a few that we haven't
put up there.
So we get calls from the ring finders.
Right.
Yeah.
It's always fun to go out and help someone out.
It is.
It is.
We were able to recover a gold cache as well. We helped somebody who had an inheritance, and when their father passed away, he left them a map of where he cached all of the gold and silver, and they had 6 caches, and they were able to retrieve 5 out of the 6 except the last one. And they figured their metal detector wasn't getting deep enough and all that sort of stuff, so they called us over. And it was hard to locate. It wasn't easy. It took us quite a lot of time.
Yeah.
And it was like the smallest of a squeak, and it was only in pinpoint mode. Like, that's how deep it was. It actually sunk over a foot deeper than they had anticipated as well.
Yeah.
And it was a whole container full of gold coins. That was just
insane. My goodness.
Insane. Just
so what does the whole container of gold coins ring up? Like the container?
It sounds well, it was really, really deep. So it was like barely a signal, and we could only get it in pinpoint mode. But when we pulled it out, we went over it, and it sounds like silver. When it comes to pure gold, pure gold sounds, it's a really high conductor gold. But the more that you cut it with different metals, the lower of you're disturbing the conductivity.
On the size too, and that. But these were 1 ounce.
These were 1 ounce pure gold coins.
Big coins.
Oh, there was even one with the American Eagle, and I could see it an 1800s date on it, and it was like a big 1 ounce gold coin with the eagle and everything on it. So, anyways, I'm not sure if I remember 1860s or I don't know. I forget, but it was an 1800s American gold coin. They had an Australian coin in there and some Canadian coins. So it was really cool stuff.
Right.
Really cool stuff.
Right.
Something we'll remember for a long time.
Yeah, that was really
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, now I gotta slide that up. Okay, let's see, what else have we got? Where is this location? This intrigued me. This looks like an old mining camp or something.
You see, that might be what it is. I can't see it yet.
Didn't it come up? Here, let's try it again.
You made me cry. Now I know it's ready.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Hey, did you see that?
Oh yeah.
Did it?
I think that's everybody's seeing me like coming up to like with my glasses. Oh yeah, that's BC.
That's when you're in BC.
That's actually a silver mining town. out in British
Oh,
Columbia.
wow.
Yeah, so when we were
So
there,
that
we
looks
were
like the entrance to a mine or something.
it's crazy. It's all rubble. This is like the whole entire building. I think I can't remember how many
Is
stories
that
high.
at the bottom of a cliff?
Yeah, it's
Like
actually on the side of, I mean, BC, it's all hills, right? And there was this big, I remember them showing me the picture of this big building, and it just kind of collapsed over. But yes, that's definitely the mine. They did have a pit. They did have a mining hole and pit there, not far, I think, on that. But that's all. That's the remains of an entire building, a mining building falling down, because I think they closed in the 1960s or 70s.
Is that where you found the silver?
Yeah, I found a crucible.
The crucible?
Actually, I found some crucibles, but I worked really, really hard. I went through all the crucibles, and I couldn't find one. I have to admit, I'm not the one who found them.
Dan gave it to you.
Dan gave it to me. So he was metal detecting, and he found a crucible that actually had the silver and lead mix still in it, like the tester.
Oh, wow.
So he had given me the whole piece, and I still have like the crucible with the stuff. And that's what I mean. I spent so much time digging in the pit trying to find one with it, because he found one.
Yeah.
And then finally at the end, he gives it to me. So I'm like, oh, I didn't even have to work.
That's cool.
I end up getting one anyway.
So how many different countries or provinces have you metal detected in Canada?
Well, you know, my dream is to swing the coil in every single province of Canada, but we've been from one side to the other. So I've been from New Brunswick all the way out to BC. We haven't swung the coil in Alberta.
Okay.
What other province? So Prince Edward Island and Newfoundland. We haven't been yet.
Nova Scotia.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's getting narrow and narrow. We're getting there. And hopefully in a few years we'll have every province at least swing the coil once in every province. I love that.
Right.
We've even been to the US as well. We've been to New York.
Yeah.
That's where
I got to meet you.
I was so happy. I was like, to see you, you know, we see people for years, and then to see them face to face is just, it was so much fun. I'll never forget that. That was like one of the funnest events.
I know. We saw each other the Friday meet and greet.
Right.
We spotted each other, just squealed like little girls. We did. We were so happy to see each other. So who found this ring?
This is a hilarious story.
Yeah. Oh, that one.
That one. This was actually a return. We got called. A gentleman had lost his ring. And he looks after his elderly parents. And he had no idea where this ring went. And it was the worst, I think the worst search we've ever done.
Oh,
basically, you could say elderly parents that probably wear diapers, and they had all the garbage bags, and we had to search for the ring.
Oh no.
So yes, but we would keep the bags closed. We kind of like smush up, run the detector, flip it over, run the
detector over the bag.
We didn't
open the bags, but
if it needed to be open, when there was a signal, he would open it and he would go in there. Out. Thank God, because there was like a little tea light candles, and we were like, oh, I think that might be it.
It's around Halloween.
It was around Halloween, and we searched every garbage bag they had, and nothing. So we asked him, is there anything else you can think about? And he's like, well,
the recycling bin. So we took out the recycling, and we scanned the recycling, and the paper, cardboard stuff,
and then he remembered that he had the old pumpkin, and he put the pumpkin into the compost bin. And here we have compost, recycling, and garbage. And he put it out to the curb, and the compost people wouldn't take it because he put a pumpkin inside of a cardboard box. So they refused to pick it up. So he goes, well, I did pick up a pumpkin. So we're like, well, let's check that out too. So he pulls out the box, and we're swinging over, and we get a signal, and we open up the box. Sure enough, his ring was inside with the pumpkin. So whenever
all the goop and stuff,
everything.
The pumpkin's been rotten for like 3 weeks, you know.
Oh
so
my god!
Found that one in a pumpkin.
Gross.
You know how lucky that is? Like
lucky.
The city almost picked up that bin to bring it out and dump it.
Oh,
But they
geez.
left it there. They saw the cardboard, so they left it there.
Right. He was
So
really
he
lucky.
still had the bin with the cardboard box in it.
That's an incredible, like all the gems and that. It was a huge ring.
Yeah.
A really big ring.
Gold or platinum?
I think it was white gold.
White gold.
Or something. And it was all these jewels.
Yeah,
he got it at an auction.
It reminded him of something, and I forget what the story was, but he had gotten it at an auction. He just fell absolutely in love with it. And yeah, it was a big chunker too.
That's a huge ring.
Yeah.
So that was a ring return with the ring finders.
Yeah. That was a funny story though, the pumpkin one.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
We remember. Sure. So far we haven't been stumped on one yet. We know where everything came from.
Yeah. I'd expect.
Okay, what's this one?
What is that? Oh, can you see it yet? Yeah, that's recent. That was just last season.
Yeah.
That was just last season, the beginning of the season. I found that. It's unmarked. It's a low number, unmarked. The style is really telling me that this is an old signet ring. Eric has this little smirk. See, he doesn't want to believe that it's gold. I'm sure it's white gold or platinum. He doesn't believe it. We don't have a testing kit.
When I first saw it, I was like, "That's a junk."
He's like, "It's a junk
and I'm like, steel ring that was like." Somebody got the signet done last year, and she's like, "No, it's white gold."
It's white gold. I mean, it's a low number. I don't know.
I don't think the jeweler would even inscribe something if it wasn't a precious metal.
You would think, right? And it looks like so well made. It doesn't look like costume jewelry at all to me. It really looks real. So someday we'll find out. Maybe someday I'll win this battle because just a smirk on his face, such a brat. Because I was counting that as my gold count for last year, and he kept reading it. Oh, I don't know if you can use that one.
We have a competitive gold count going.
We have a competitive gold count going. Yeah,
it's not marked.
Right.
Then it doesn't count.
That's funny. Now, Eric, you said something to me last night.
Yes.
That you recently, or fairly recently, decided to start water detecting.
Yes.
How many rings had you guys found before you started water detecting?
Well, you see,
that gold ring we saw, the first gold ring.
Not last summer. The summer before that, we started in the middle of summer. We got nice scoops and started going in the water. Mm-hmm. So about a season and a half of detecting in the water. So prior to that, I would say we detect for about like 13 years or so on land exclusively, I would say. And over that period, we managed to find 3 or 4 gold rings.
We found
silver rings quite often.
I found 4. I found 4 gold rings. Yeah. And you had found
3, I think.
3 before. That's
Okay. And then when you started hunting in water, what happened?
I'm spoiled rotten now.
Well, since I would say half of the last season and last summer, which Laurie was gone for.
I was gone for 2 months.
But we're just under 40 pieces of gold.
Yeah.
Found in the water.
Yeah.
In the last year and a half.
That's gold. I mean, now when we calculate, like just last year, how many rings do we have in total?
Like, last year we found like I think it was 85 or 86 rings.
Or 86 rings.
And the half that year before we found 60 some. I think we were at 62 or 63.
So it just goes to show what the percentages of gold, it's a smaller percentage. But
that's amazing.
It's been fun. It's been fun because I started off wanting to find jewelry, but then I fell kind of in love with the relics and old coins with Eric. And so now we're doing like a full circle. Now we're coming back and we're going to be, we're looking for the gold and the jewelry again. So I'm happy.
Right. Laurie had to twist my arm to get in the water, but I can't get out.
Yeah.
Right. I think this picture is from earlier in your detecting career. But I can't imagine what you thought when you found this.
Oh
my God.
The treasure chest.
I love that. That was with your brother.
That old cabin in the bush
the
there,
old
the
cabin.
old mining cabin.
That was such
Can you guys imagine?
I imagine that.
I wish it was full.
Going out exploring and finding a trunk.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my heart would have been going pitter patter.
Oh, it was exciting.
This
I mean,
one-
it was exciting to see. I mean, unfortunately, it's empty, but it was. I mean, just to see that from a distance too, it was like, oh,
yeah.
There's a thing that's
And we had the kids with us.
It was your brother that spotted it first.
Yeah, and they called us over. There's a treasure chest, and we all are running in the bush there.
Yeah. It was really fun. We jeeped up with his brother up in the bush. There's no roads going up there, you know, and we basically jeeped up there with your brother and spent the day with him up there. And it was, I think, just the whole experience and the adventure of it. We didn't really find much. We did find that empty treasure chest, but we really didn't find much. But I think I'll always remember that hunt just because it was just a great adventure with your brother. And we had a great time.
When you two got started, you were it was a family affair. Like you
Absolutely. We always went out with our kids. I think when we started, Jazz was 1.5 years old and Maddie was about 3 years old. Yep. So Jazz was barely even walking. I have a picture of Jazz up on his shoulders while he's metal detecting. So we would carry her up on the shoulders, and we have pictures of us and having them in a toboggan sled, dragging them behind us. I've had them tied up with rope, safety harnesses, because we were exploring. We were exploring mines. I was so afraid of leaving one of my kids in a mine or in an open well. Like we've seen that. So we've seen the danger. So bringing your really young children with you, that's why we only had the one metal detector. We would each one take our turn. I would metal detect. You would be able to lean to with the kids.
Always a set of eyes on the kids.
Always. But it was a family thing for years. It's just recently that now being teens, they want to be with their friends and other stuff. But they recently said they want to come out with us again. So I'm happy. We might have won them back over. I'm like, I don't know.
Cool. That's cool. I know.
Yeah.
I know. My grandson is graduating this year.
That's crazy.
It's like, no more treasure hunting adventures. He's got a girlfriend, which she likes to treasure hunt too. But
oh boy,
one of these days I will get a chance.
Well, I've always said if I lose the kids, well, I'll have a chance with the grandkids. Maybe they'll come and join their crazy grandparents or something.
Yeah.
Right. Oops, let me stop sharing this. Let's see. Stop sharing.
That was fun.
Because I'm going to wait to do the rest of the pictures. So, BC Treasure Trails in the house. We have BC Trails and BC Treasure Trails. 2 different channels. Hi, Jason. Thank you for coming. 29 in the house still. Thank you so much, everybody. If I've missed you in the chat, it's not intentional. I'm trying to do everything. Show pictures, and I wanted it to be a really good live stream for you too. So, but can you give some advice to new YouTube channels?
You know, it's definitely one of the hardest things. One of the biggest journeys you're going to be on. It's not easy. And the biggest advice I say is don't give up. Don't give up. Just do what you love. Just create what you love. Do it for that reason. Do it for you. Do it for your audience. It's the people that are going to start watching you that are going to teach you how to improve your channel. The people that are watching you, they're the ones that are supporting you and bringing you, like we couldn't have done this and have grown this big without everybody being interested in what we're finding and all that sort of stuff. So just be patient. It takes so much time. If I was to say, I reached 10K subs in in my first year, I'd be totally bullying it. I mean, it literally took us 10 years, 10 years to build my channel, to where we had gotten it to the point where, you know, we've, to the point where it was. I mean, it was a long struggle.
And it was paying for itself, and
it was so hard. I mean, we still only make pennies today, you know. It's like, it's not something that we ever thought we would start because we wanted to get rich off of this or any of this sort of stuff. We kind of just started it because a friend of ours wanted us to, and then we got addicted. I almost got addicted to the creating aspect of it, the learning how to edit, how to keep people engaged.
Understand that statement right there. I mean,
and you evolve.
Last couple of days, edit. Finally, I said, I got to get up and walk around and do something else.
And that's
my body. You know,
so it really, I find that you get all this huge, like, you go through an evolution on YouTube. You really do. When you've been on YouTube for, 3 years was, I can remember the 5-year point, and it's just like a whole evolution of being on YouTube. So don't give up. Don't give up. Just keep doing it because you love it. It's hard.
You have to be passionate about it and really like it to stick with it, I guess.
Right.
I mean, what I really enjoyed, Laurie did all the editing. She puts all the videos together. I just pull out the camera and take footage when we're out there. I record.
He's my number one fan too.
But what I really love about it is that we get to document everything we find.
Everything you find.
And
the
kids, they were so young in the first videos. That's 11 years ago now, right? So they're teenagers, and they were like little toddlers back then. So just the memories and having all the records of everything we found, where we found it, and be able to go back and look at that. Myself personally, that's why I was recording.
Just to capture our memories, capture our moments,
It's really Laurie's channel, and I'm the biggest fan because I would watch every video like 25 times.
He was like, I'd be like, you're watching that again, and it was like,
cool.
And the other thing I liked about you guys' videos was the excitement that you showed every time you found something.
I think that's just naturally in us. I think we're just big kids. I think we're both like big kids.
And for the most part, we have to work hard for our finds.
We do.
Yes.
Like what you don't see is the hours of swinging with not finding anything whatever, right?
Right.
So when we do find something, we're excited.
For days.
Yeah.
I love his monkey jump, I call it. When he gets really excited, sometimes he jumps up in the air with one leg and then the other leg lands. It's like kind of this monkey jump.
I thought it was just jumping.
Nah, it's a monkey jump. You did it when you found your gold ring, and stuff like that. So the monkey
jump like a monkey.
You jump like a monkey. I love it.
So, what made you get into bottle digging?
Well, I've always had a passion for old bottles and antiques, and I've been kind of looking for them since my early 20s. I loved glass and bottles and stuff, and we were always interested in bottle digging. We'd watch it on YouTube, but we never really did it. You used to do some foundation work.
For me, that was the thrill for me, is doing foundation work in Ottawa on Century Homes and digging around these old houses, around the old stone foundation, and finding, the clay pipes, the ink wells, the old bottles. And it was the excitement of finding one that isn't broken. I think it's the same thing when we're detecting at our old sites. We find like broken bottles all the time, like piece, and you're like, oh, a bottle, and it's like, oh no, it's just half or a piece of it,
Right.
I'd like to find a full one.
Right. And we really had the interest, and we were metal detecting with friends near the sweet spot, and we decided to show them kind of areas that we've already been over. Like while we were looking for the sweet spot, we found some other little spots, so we were walking from one to the other. And a friend of ours, Andre, he didn't there was a steep cliff, and we all decided to go around the cliff, where Andre was like, I'm going to go straight down. And when he went straight down the cliff, he started noticing some bottles on the surface, and he yells out to us, hey guys, there's some bottles here. And we were like, what? You know, and we've never seen it personally. So we had gone there, and the only way you would have saw it is by going straight down that cliff. And that's where he saw some evidence. And that's when it all started. And that, we were there for, gosh, so long. And we just started digging and finding some really incredible bottles. And it was just such a thrill. Like, I would love to do bottle digging again, but they seem to be very rare to find here for us. Anyways, in all of our years, we've only found a few, and the few that we did find looked dug out already, where there's just glass bits and all that sort of stuff. So this is like the one and only untouched dump that we had. And
it's our friend that found it on our site.
Our friend found it on our site. Yeah.
So, you know, if you have trustworthy friends that you detect with and stuff, it's good to bring them at your site.
It's good to bring them on your site. You get more eyes, new
fresh
eyes,
set of eyes on it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, maybe we always take the same path, and Buddy decides he's going to go the other way, and it's like, hey, never seen this here. Like, no.
Right.
That was wild. That was wild. That was so much fun. I mean, I loved it as much as I love metal detecting. That was exciting stuff. It's hard work, though. Wow. It's hard work.
Well, yeah, and then you went to some places. Was it in British Columbia that?
No, I think I know.
A drowned village or something?
Yes, no, that's actually probably about an hour and a half from us. This was on the St. Lawrence. This was on the St. Lawrence where the villages were, and they did drown. And that's crazy, Matt. Oh my gosh, Matt started digging a hole. Okay. And we're talking about in the muck. This is stinky, swampy muck. And they're right in there, and they're digging in there, and they're just going nuts, and it stunk so bad, and they're pulling we were pulling stuff out. But yeah, that was
down
like
to their waist.
Right down into their waist. That was wild. They're just crazy.
God.
That was
pulling
fun.
Out bottles,
and this was random, right? This is random. He's metal detecting. He digs a plug. He sees a bit of glass shards. So he just starts digging a hole right there because everything's pretty flat and you can't really see anything. And Matt was just, I think this might be a
pull
dump.
the bottle out, keep digging. Well, dig a little more. Another bottle. Oh, I'll keep digging more.
I'm from Michigan. I don't get as cold as you guys do there, but I would say you're hardcore detectors. Absolutely.
I think so. I really do.
There's a picture that you took of Eric out in waders in the water with ice around him.
Yeah.
Let me see if I've got that picture. If I send it to myself.
Yeah.
We were so excited to get out back into the water after our first year in the water. That last spring, we went out there and there was still like ice all out on the water, and Eric literally would push the big ice block out of the way and detect. Yeah. I mean, we have our waders and layers and layers and thermos under those. And
I was pushing ice sheets that were like 50 feet across.
Yeah.
Wide, and just like you just put all your weight on it and you just wait a little bit, and it takes like about 20 seconds and then it starts to slowly move, and and once it starts moving, it's going.
And
it goes on its own.
This is another one.
Oh, that's
what province is that in?
That one's in Manitoba.
Manitoba. Okay, that's not the picture. Okay, that looks cold.
That we had the polar vortex that day. It was minus 30 degrees Celsius. So in Fahrenheit, I think that would be minus 48.
Below zero. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, we're talking about minus 30 below zero. So this is where water will freeze instantly if you throw it up in the air. It's like instant freeze. This was really extreme. And we did do some searching out there. I had to go out and find a detector that would reach minus 40 degrees Celsius for us to be able to be able to do this search that we were on. So that was pretty wild.
Wow.
Yeah. So extreme. I think I think we've done some pretty extreme searching. Yeah.
You have.
It's wild.
For sure. So let's see. Let me go back to this. I'm trying to make sure I'm maneuvering correctly and don't get anybody kicked off.
It's all cricket.
Let me go over my notes, see if I missed anything. Stand, just special find, the returns.
You can be right back.
So
you gonna leave me?
We'll just wait a second.
You gonna leave me?
In the last 7 months,
yeah,
you have been absent from YouTube.
I have.
But
yeah,
it's all good, everybody. It's all good.
It's all very good.
Because their talent and their knowledge of metal detecting has now evolved them to a new experience.
Yes.
You want to explain to everybody what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I'll let you start.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be right back. I'm just going to go get more water. I'll be right back. Laurie will start explaining.
So, it pretty much started, this adventure of mine started back in 2022. So 2 years ago, I was contacted by a production company. And they had an idea for a show. It looked like, it had a lot of potential. I had done a few of those prior, I think about 3 or 4 of them previous to this one. This one, there was something about it, just seemed really different. Anyways, they flew me out to Manitoba to film a demo. So to give basically the network an idea on what we would like to film. Mm-hmm. And we filmed that and it was approved. So last year I found out that, oh my gosh, I'm going to be on a TV show. So there was so there's myself and 2 others, and we're 3 hosts of the show. And so I basically have been spending, I spent quite a lot of time this summer, and I've been back multiple times since then, to Manitoba. And we finished filming season 1 already, and it's already looking good on season 2. I mean, season 1 hasn't aired yet, but I'm really excited. It's about history and about the stories of this Dawson Trail and the Red River Gold. And there was a soldier that was going to go and pay, to go, and he had the pays. He ended up being chased. He ended up being chased by a horse. And to lighten up his load, so he can go a little faster, he started throwing everything off. And all of these gold coins were actually marked and registered coins that have never shown up yet. So
the British Mint.
It was from the British Mint, and so they haven't shown up yet. So they are still out there. So this is pretty much what it is we get to talk to a bunch of the locals, and we get to do a real treasure hunt and search for this lost gold and lost items that they lost along the way and stuff like that. So it's been, I have to say, I've been living the dream, because it's one adventure every single day. And we get to really, really search for this treasure for real. Like, it's a real hunt. It's like for real.
A real hunt. It's not anything made up by a broadcasting company.
No,
which is so cool.
Which is really cool. So we get to see, the
So it's a docu series. It's like a bit of a history show.
Right.
But at the same time, there's metal detecting, and we get to metal detect. And we detect for real. They give us, windows of time to go out detecting. We have cameras following us, and we find stuff. It's really cool.
Cool. So I've gotten to interview, and I got to interview some of the locals, and we talked to some of the specialist historians and stuff like that. So it's
also, this docu-series will help tell
the truth.
The truth.
Yes. It'll help tell the truth about the story, because we're taught one thing in history. We're taught colonized history. And then to hear the Métis history and the Indigenous side of the history, it really opens your eyes, opens your eyes to the truth. And, you can't believe everything you hear in history books. We've seen some documentation when we're doing history, some things that were wrong. So it's been quite an enlightening experience. And I feel, really, really thankful to be a part of it, because it's really opened my eyes to our Canadian history and what some of the Indigenous people went through. So
and it's really cool. It may be a little controversial in a sense that way, but it's a Métis production. It's a production company. They're producing this, and they get to tell their side of the story.
And it is on the, let me find it.
Yeah.
APTN.
That's right.
Network.
That's right.
Which is an affiliate, I think, of Canadian Broadcast Network. But it will be available to the US, Canada, Australia.
Yeah, and Netherlands, I believe. Yeah. You can also, I think it's going to be accessible to a lot of people too. There's a streaming, they also have a streaming service called Lumi, and it's going to be on their streaming service as well. So
if you have Roku, you will be able to access this. I have Roku.
Okay.
It says they just announced it will be available on Roku.
Oh, that's awesome. Nice. Yeah. That is awesome. That's great. I'm really excited. I'm excited because I think this is going to be a fantastic show. I really do. So it's a first season, but I think that I've seen their work and they're all so very talented. Everybody on the crew is extremely talented. And I think that I think they have something really good going. And I hope we get more seasons and more seasons to come because I'm not done yet. I'm not done my search. I haven't found it yet. You can tell I'm also excited.
I'm on
the show. Too.
Yeah, so and Eric's on the show.
Some of these pictures, and Laurie can tell me that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Now I've got to. Come on. What's going on, thing? That's weird. Don't tell me my mailbox froze up. There we go. There we go.
Too many pictures.
Let's see.
Okay,
we want the first one is the article that I'm going to show you guys. So you you can go on and Google this Red River Gold.
Right.
Red River Gold. And then go to news on Google. And it'll show you all the Canadian newspapers and what they're talking about. And there are Netherlands newspapers too. It's a new treasure hunting docu-series.
Yes.
So
this is so awesome.
And then Laurie had some pictures that she sent me.
I sent it to you. I've shared a little bit on my Facebook and on my Instagram account as I'm there. I try not to I try not to share too much because I don't want there to be a lot of spoilers. Right. If I showed everybody, the stuff that I found, then it would be totally spoil alert. So I show some things, but you can't really tell what's going on.
Yeah, we can't say too much about the pictures, but
I think this picture is from the newspaper article. This one here. Can you see it?
No.
Nope, not yet. Okay, let me try again. Okay.
That was cool. The newspaper came to see us.
Why is it not doing it? Come on. Try this again. Bring it up. Okay, I got to see what you're seeing for a second. Let me look in this window. Okay, it's showing that. Okay. And then we're going to click on the picture. There. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Now, I'm not sure if this was one of your pictures or one of the newspapers pictures.
But that was one of my pictures.
Okay.
I think somebody had shared that one with me. It was probably Memphis, my co-host, the one in the middle. He's an incredible musician. He's so talented. This is definitely on set. This is us on set. You can see the camera, the audio with the boom. They have us all mic'd, but they also have a boom, and that's Randy. He's a musician as well, has a YouTube channel. Randy Woods on YouTube. Like I said, and Memphis.
So many musicians have jobs of sound for movies.
Yes, sound jobs. Yeah. And then Memphis is Memphis à la Grande. Is that Memphis Grande and the Grande? Memphis and the Grande. And So this is actually on set. We're filming, we're talking. It's a three of us. So we're the three hosts. So you have me, and then in the middle is Memphis, and then we have Moose. Moose is like our guide.
Right.
So he knows the woods back there. Yeah. And Memphis is our treasure hunter. He's a storyteller, extremely talented. So all three of us were searching for the.
And in the background, you can see that was Laurie's
Oh yeah, the Jeep. Look at the yellow Jeep. This is my show car.
You know,
my show vehicle. Wow. So this is basically what I got to drive for the 2 months that I was out there in the backwoods. Was
nice.
I got into the show. I got into the show late. Laurie was almost gone for 2 months, recording as one of the hosts for the show, and one of the first things she does after she got out of the after the airport and stuff, she got to her hotel. She's like, "You should see, I got this brand new Jeep. It's so cool. I have my own Jeep."
And I'm sitting in the hotel. Yeah. You know, they took such good care of me. I felt, you know, I felt like I was well taken care of, I must say. Really nice places. I had a vehicle. I was never, I never felt in danger, even though there's some places we went were pretty extreme. That's Francis, the camera guy with my Jeep. Yeah, we were doing an interview at this location, and I really wanted to see what it was like to look through the camera lens. I mean, we all look, you know, in YouTube, we have our little GoPros and everything else. So I just, this is definitely a memory. I really wanted to see what it was like. And it was cool. Yeah. It's really neat to see behind the scenes and what's happening when you're there. It's, they're all so good at everything that they do. They work so well together.
The scariest part, I think, as opposed to YouTubing, I guess, is you don't get to edit.
No, you don't get to edit your own stuff,
and you don't know what they're taking all the time, so you don't see the footage, and it's all a surprise. So for us, I mean, when the show airs, like first episode, season 1, we're watching it for the first time, like everyone else. And we have no idea what the footage.
So I did quite a lot of creek searching when we were there. There's quite a few creeks, and that was one of the possibilities, as him hiding it in one of the creeks, right? It's easy, you wouldn't see it. Why not throw it into a creek? So there's quite that there you actually see me doing a live search. I was really searching in that creek to hear what was in there. So yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, so they have that's the time I was in my waders. Yeah, it was so hot though, and I had neoprene waders. Oh my goodness, I remember I was just soaked. My legs, every inch of my body was soaking wet, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so thirsty. And somebody goes running and getting me a bottle of water, and they bring me my a bottle of water. I was just like, oh, thank you. You know, like I said, they took good care of me while I was out there, but it was so much fun, like just so much fun. Yeah.
Well, Paul's in the house too. Or Peter, not Paul. If I've missed you in the house, please don't be offended. I've been busy asking questions. So does anybody have any questions in the chat for Laurie and Eric?
We don't see the chat in there.
No, we don't see the chat. No, it says chat there.
But that's why I'll watch the chat to see and that. And then I'll relay it. Don't be shy. Peter says, Paul is my father's name, LOL. Is your mom's name Mary? Peter, Paul, and Mary? I'm dating myself now. 24 in the house still. Thank you so much for sticking with us. So did you have some stickers you wanted to give away?
I do have some stickers. If anybody would like an RDH sticker, we have some that I can definitely mail out. I think I might have a Mind Lab sticker and stuff like that too.
We have stickers.
Right.
Some Mind Lab.
You can send out a sticker pack, and I will give away a Canadian bank token. Ooh. I don't have one that I can show right now, but I do have some Canadian bank tokens.
Oh, cool.
I go to a coin show every February because I don't have any coin shops near me. So I drive 40 minutes to a coin show.
Wow.
And I buy my prizes, my giveaways. Well, I still have some half penny tokens.
Those are cool. Those are really cool. Those are, yeah, we don't find a lot of them in our area. But
right.
Cool. Yeah.
So I am going to change the word. See if I can do that. Oh, it may not let me do that.
So you're okay mailing out the stickers, Dave?
Yeah.
By the way, I forgot to let you know that you'll be mailing something out.
Okay.
Okay, can I go back in? I choose this. Okay. Eric, pick a word that they got to type in the chat.
Detector.
Detector.
Okay. Small case letters. Okay, let me share with everybody. Put detector in the chat. If you want a chance to win a Canadian halfpenny token and some stickers from Relic Dirty Hands. Okay, just like I put in there. All right.
I think I can throw this.
And let me get in here and share because we're going to draw. Let's see, there's 24 in the house. So share screen.
You could throw some other stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
Giveaway tool. Okay. So here's the screen. The word detector, not capitalized, just all small case. Okay. Start collecting comments. And 13 so far. There's 24 in the house. Anybody can win this.
Let's go. Let's go.
Good luck.
I will mail it anywhere in the world. Okay. All right. What are we up to now? Let me look. 15. Okay. 16. Got 5 seconds. Get it in there, folks. Type detector in the chat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm drinking.
Good luck, everybody. Mary! Autism Mary Magnifishing. Congratulations, Mary.
Right on, Mary.
All right, now I gotta stop sharing.
Magnifishing, that's cool too.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten to do a lot of it, but we've done some. It's cool.
Right, okay. So let me exit out of this tab because we're done with giveaways. X out of that tab. And that tab. There we are. Okay, Mary, this is, I don't know if Cynthia's still in the chat. Cynthia, if you're still here, can you put my email address in the chat? Mary, email me with your mailing information. Okay. What am I missing?
So, he's jiggling and wiggling, and I keep telling him it's moving the camera, moving stuff around. All of a sudden, he's like, going, 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 going. I just like, stop.
You want to start?
Mary, there's Mary. She said thank you. So, Mary, you need to get with me so that I can give Eric and Laurie your address to mail their stickers to you. Okay. Don't I already have what? I have several. Yes, I donated a penny token, a Dragon Slayer penny token to your benefit. But this is a half penny token. This is something different. Okay. I don't know if Cynthia's still here, so I'm going to put my.
It's half the size. It's smaller.
Yeah.
They're really cool, the penny tokens.
They're still big.
They're still really big. They're heavy.
I think half penny tokens, the bank tokens, are still.
I love Canadian coins. I collect international coins. So
I absolutely.
I don't have a big collection, but
I love American coins and always have.
Hey, the first bank token I ever dug was a Bank of Montreal.
Cool.
And I dug it in the Badlands. Well, no, I can't remember if they called it Badlands. The northern part of Ohio.
Okay.
Right.
Near where they backed off from the Battle of the War of 1812.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I forget what they
my
called
Vermont. It. Is that where? That's when I found my Vermont.
It was the Firelands of Ohio.
Okay. The Vermont
token that was designated for Revolutionary War soldiers that had land grants.
Okay.
And it was one of the areas of Ohio that they could choose land from.
Okay.
For fighting in the Revolutionary War, and they called it the Firelands of Ohio.
Oh wow!
So, and that's where I dug it with Donnie. I thought, what is this? What in the world is this? He goes. I said, I think I found a token or something. And then he saw, oh yeah, that's a good one. Whoa!
Yeah.
He's been detecting for 40 years, But I actually found one that it was not worn away. You could actually see it really good.
Oh, so. That's nice. That's it's always great when you find a token with details on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for
slicks.
Sure.
I don't like slicks. I don't like them.
Is it the
I
one?
don't either. I dug my first slick in December.
They're frustrating. It's like you just want to know what it was.
It's a bank token. I think it's a penny size bank token.
Big guy.
Because it's the same size as a Dragon Slayer penny token.
Then that very.
Is it the one with the man?
Just super thin.
With the man standing on it?
I can't see anything. There's no details left on it. It's slick.
Yeah.
So, but with me being in Michigan, I'm an hour and a half away from the Canadian border. So I dig a lot of Canadian coins.
Yeah, it's like us. We're about an hour and a half from the US border. So yeah. So I guess, we find a lot of British, I guess you could say British, American, if they predate, right? We only started minting our coins like in 1837 was the bank tokens, I think. Yep. So we started minting our coins later. So we had to use coins from everywhere else. Yeah. There was just a shortage.
I hit a pounded field. I came back from England and I was sick, fighting shingles, started feeling better, went out on a really nice day in the month of February and dug my first fish scale, but it was weird. And it was worn, but I could tell what it was. But it had an H mint mark.
Ah,
right.
Yes.
And it was minted in England.
Okay.
And the H mint mark, I guess, is supposedly not your most common mint mark.
Okay.
So,
I should know that stuff, but I should know that stuff. What's that?
Mint, the Heaton mint in England.
Right.
And but I knew it was Canadian. So here I am trying to call Darcy in Ontario from the field, and I'm not getting a good signal. I'm sending him pictures, so then he ended up sending me a video clip through Messenger once I got home, telling me what I had.
Right.
That's Cavalli. Yeah, Darcy. He's awesome. Darcy, we've known Darcy for quite a long time now.
Yeah.
It's been quite a long time. We've detected with him. He came down a few times, I think. And
we detect together when he visits. So.
Yeah, we've seen him. Actually, we just saw him in Kingston at the last event that was there. He showed up.
He was there.
Yeah.
I got to meet him at the Toronto, one of the Toronto events. The year I went, I think the year I went, you guys, something happened and you guys couldn't go that year.
Wow. Because,
4 or 5 years ago, something, maybe 6 years ago.
I vaguely remember that.
Something, eh?
Yeah.
Was it in the fall, cold, October? Was it the October hunt? Was it cold? Do you remember?
I remember. No, I think it was summertime or spring.
Do you remember
April or May?
Really?
Bo was there. Aquachigger was there. Jocelyn was there.
That's what it was.
Greg was there. Me minor. Who else? Oh shoot.
Yeah.
The redhead that used to have a
red beard.
Red beard was there. Pot Can Dan was there. Darcy and his whole family were there detecting.
Yeah.
Liz was there. There was a bunch of people there.
Yeah.
And I finally got to meet Chrissy and Johnny, Outdoorsy Gallo.
They're awesome.
And they said to tell you hi. They were sorry they couldn't be here live, but they will watch the replay.
That's okay. Absolutely. Yeah, that definitely sounds like the group over there.
Yeah. It's a normal gang,
It usually takes us about 8 hours to drive down to Toronto. So we're not that close. We're like on the other side of Ontario. Like we're it says it's 6 hours with the GPS on the system, but we've never been able to do it in 6 hours.
It takes about 6.5 hours.
Right.
It always takes 8 hours, 8+ hours. You stop too often.
I do.
It's your fault.
Hey, it's better for your back and your body to stop.
Exactly.
You need to stretch and move around.
That's my doctor's rules for
move
me.
Around and eat.
And eat and yes.
Move around and eat again.
Yeah. So it's not, but we try to make it out to Toronto as whenever we can. So
right.
I was hoping there'd be another event, because I just feel that ever since COVID started, the events in Canada have really dramatically decreased.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see them pick up a little more, but I miss everybody.
I know.
I like
me
events.
Me too.
I love events.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, well, I wish you much success on your new endeavor. That is amazing. I'm so happy for you too.
Thanks.
Thanks, Deej.
You said something about you might do a few shorts, along
Yeah.
the way with your YouTube channel.
That's it, because the videos I was creating back in the videos I was creating were often taking me 3 days, minimum 3 to 4 days to create, plus going out and capturing the footage as well. So it got to a point that I have teenagers as well. The family needs me.
Yeah.
I have other priorities right now. So we figure that maybe shorts, we might start some shorts this summer. We're going to give that a try.
Yeah.
I think they're really with your phone. Shoot.
Right. You could do it right from the phone. It's really quick and easy. I mean, we don't want to completely disappear, because we absolutely love everybody that's been following us throughout all these years. We don't mean to completely disappear without saying a word.
I had just gotten a new gimbal too.
We just got a new gimbal for filming, all sorts of stuff. So it was unexpected.
Yeah.
It was kind of unexpected. I just did not know how I could keep up. And besides, and we had a reduced amount of footage. I mean, Eric kept on detecting while I was out there, but we still would have had a reduced amount of footage. I had no time. I would have had to spend my weekends, and my weekends I was busy running errands and stuff.
Says hi. Kay's in here. Hi, Kay.
Hi.
That's my digging buddy down in Texas.
That's awesome.
My best friend. So
that's awesome.
Very
I think everybody should dig with friends.
I think everybody thoroughly enjoyed you guys being here. And I think you gave some, real good encouragement for those YouTubers just starting out.
It took me years and years and years to get to this point of being discovered. And that's really what it was. I got discovered because of my YouTube channel. I've been with Mind Lab now for a few years as well. It shows you put in the time, you put in the work. And even if you don't plan on it, something good will come out of it. Just keep going. Just don't give up, and do it because you love it. Do it because you love the people. That's my biggest advice, because it's not easy. It's hard. And I will not tell anybody it's easy, because it's not. It's one of the hardest. The 10 years were hard. It's like an emotional roller coaster. Do people like what I'm doing? Do they not like what I'm doing? Do they, you get the trolls. You
dealt with trolls too, just
like
I have.
So, it's not easy, but
you're competing against the algorithms too. So it's not because when you're starting off, it's not because you're not making maybe good content or people don't like you. It's just you have to get discovered. It takes a while, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to discourage yourself. Yeah. You got to keep pushing.
Don't cave in and buy your subscribers. That's not the way.
No, you know what? That actually, and I don't know how many times I have to tell people, but that'll hurt your channel. Honestly, you buy 1,000 subscribers that are not going to watch your videos. What is that going to do? If you had like 300 subscribers, okay, you only have 300, and out of that 300, you have 60 maybe that will watch. Well, YouTube is calculating that this many percentage of your subscribers are watching. You buy 1,000, now you're up to 1,300. Now still
but only 300 are watching.
And still now only 60 are still only watching because those are all fake subscribers you got. That's actually going to hurt your algorithms. So there are absolutely no shortcuts to it. If you're going to do stuff like that, it might actually hurt you in the long run. Just go with the flow. Just ride the wave. Just push through. Just keep creating content. The more content you get out there, the more you're going to get discovered, the more YouTube will push you. And it's just not to give up.
Put a lot of videos out.
Put a lot of videos out. Keep going.
Saturate YouTube with your content.
Yeah.
You know?
You'll get
just
that.
put a lot out there. Eventually the algorithms will pick your channel to put up in people's faces, you know.
Yeah. It's just work and dedication and time. It takes time. I mean, there's a lot of YouTubers out there that have a larger niche, you know, makeup. Almost how many women out there wear makeup? You know, but how many women out there detect? You know, you got to really look at our niche. And so you got to expect that you're not going to blow up overnight. We have a small niche in this metal detecting treasure hunting community. Just embrace the people that you have within the community, love them, and just have a great time. And that's my biggest advice. Don't get discouraged. It's too easy to beat yourself up over stupid stuff.
Right.
I know I did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Well, you're welcome, dude. Thank you for having us. It's always a pleasure to chat.
I miss you guys so much. I wish I would have had more time to spend with you guys at Pound the Ground. There's so many people at these events, and there's only so much time.
I know. Well, hopefully we're going to meet again, and hopefully we'll have another one close. Close to our border.
If there's an event in Ontario that maybe I can make that, because I'm only an hour and a half from the border. So I'm at the far end. I'm at the Michigan end, but.
So when you cross over from Michigan, where are you? Where do you end up?
I crossed over Sarnia area.
Oh, Sarnia, Ontario.
Yes.
Okay. So when we cross over, we're in like close to New York, Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo. Right.
So Buffalo, we cross over or something like that near Buffalo. No, Buffalo is near Niagara, isn't it?
Southeast of.
Near Niagara is like Detroit in Michigan and stuff.
Okay, yeah. So when we go over, anyways, I know it's New York over there.
Right. So
hopefully we'll have a chance again to dig again. Spend more time.
Well, I'm gonna put you two in the back room, but stick around for a second, and I'm gonna say goodnight to our viewers, and thank you again so much.
Yeah, you're welcome, Deej. Thanks for having us.
Okay. So I hope you guys all enjoyed the show, and I was really excited to bring this one to you because these two are excellent detectorists, and they have made their mark in our metal detecting community. So if you want to stand for something and leave a legacy, they've left the roadmap for you. So Friday, I will have a premiere video at 6 o'clock. I'm not sure what it's going to be. I haven't decided yet, but hope you will join me. And I've been doing Digging Sundays for my instructional type videos for a few weeks. So, and that's at 5:45, just before Charlie Reiser Treasure Hunting Emporium, and then the rest of the Digging Sundays group airs. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you this weekend. Okay, congratulations to the winners, and thank you for the super chats and the memberships that were bought for people. Thank you very much. That was very unexpected, and I do appreciate it. So have a great week, everybody. Get out and find your treasure. Okay? Good night, all.